Hello, everyone. Jai Hind. I'm Major Mohammed Ali Shah, and the entire nation is outraged, in fact, completely very, very angry, very, very disturbed, perturbed about this viral video of two women. I would not mention the community of the tribe right now because that's not important. What's important is the pride, the honor, the dignity of the ladies that have been snatched by perpetrators who are worse than animals. I mean, it's 77 days. I believe that video was of 4th of May, and it's resurfaced now. It surfaced now, in fact. It's indeed very, very distressing. We all are distressed. So I am going to be in conversation with a very, very dear friend of mine, and Glady Vaiphei. She will talk to us and tell us what her sentiments, what her emotions, how she feels about the whole thing now. Glady, I know you've been very perturbed, very disturbed the entire day. I know the background. In fact, your husband, Bobby Bhai, told me also that, he didn't have to go for work today. He had to stay back at home because he was nursing you. You were on liquid diet. You have been really disturbed, and so have everyone else. Your voice is the voice not just of Cookie, but the voice of Manipur, the voice of a proud Indian lady. So, Glady, please tell us, did you know this family of the victims?
Yes, they are from my community. We are the cookies of sub-tribe called Vaiphei. And it's very sad, very disheartening, very disturbing that, like you said, the event happened on 3rd May. And I am sure the perpetrators and most of the goon leaders have wish not this video to come in the limelight. I'm sure about they must have wished about it. And the sad part is after 77 days, today, just because the video happened to be viral, and some of them to wash their hands off, started tweeting it, started speaking in a national TV. FIR were filed against this incident, but everybody was silent. Why the video has to speak for the victim today? Why such atrocity, such violations of human rights, especially upon the woman? It was, I don't even know how to even say. I'm shaking. This is not done. Had our voices were heard in the beginning, when the violence was escalating, we asked for precedent rule. We even asked the Governor Ji to speak on our behalf. We even went to our Home Minister Ji, all the women crying for our people, crying for the women folks, crying for our children, to look into the violence and stop it immediately. That was in the beginning of violence. If our voices were heard in those days, all these things that happened later on would have been avoided. Today, the country is ashamed. Today, people in authority are ashamed of the video that have gone viral. Let me tell you one thing. Even with this video going viral, I just read on Twitter that somebody, a Meitei journalist, wrote saying that the victim were not raped. She also says that the victim was interviewed and they said they were assaulted but not raped. How can a Meitei journalist even have the chance to even see them from far? One of the victims was left in open field to die, or maybe they think that she was dead. A lifeless body was picked up by another tribal group. I don't want to name them. They picked the lifeless body, and miraculously, she was revived. Drips and other things were given to her. My point is, even lies upon lies are still spread about this incident. Is the naked paraded woman whose body was violated by those men in front of the camera, if that is not enough to show the brutality that was happened on them, what else is left? Why are they spreading lies upon lies upon lies upon lies? And today, even in another national TV, one of the Meitei leaders said that why is Parliament so much taking importance of this video when there are a lot of things to discuss in the country? Even he's still defending. He's still talking that there are a lot of other issues in our country that could have been raised in the Parliament. Why are they exaggerating the incident of Manipur? Is this exaggeration? One of the victim father, a village chief, was hacked to death in front of her. Her 19-year-old brother, who was trying to protect her and the other victim, was killed. It's not about the two girls that were molested. It's about her family being hacked to death on the very day. Did we even talk about that? If all these are not heinous crime that has to be not addressed in the Parliament, according to the Meitei leader, on the national news, then I don't know what is more important. What about the failure of the state government? What about the failure of the police? And somebody say intelligence have failed. Do we need intelligence? Don't we have video enough of all these Meitei boys, Meitei men chasing them, the two girls, the two victims? Don't we have any evidence? Do we still need intelligence? Do we need more brain to figure out that what has happened to them? Is it really worth discussing? If the video did not go viral, that means they will just put it under the carpet? It seems like that because the FIR was filed. The incident happened on 3rd May. Don't you think the police station in that area knows about it? Don't you think that the mob who were chasing the village away, don't you think the state government knows about it? Don't you think the local administrative body knows about it? Even if one boy raped a girl inside the house, the culprit, the victim, is caught many times. But this is displayed openly, not inside the house, not inside the community hall. It is on the road. And also, they took all the clothes out. That means it didn't happen a fraction of a second. Who told them? Who sent them this mob to go and chase away this village? All the villagers. Who told them to do all this act? Where did they get the bravery from? How can they do alone such heinous crime? Openly making videos, recording it, believing that they'll be protected. Where do they get this strength from? Why are they so fearless? Why are the journalists of the Meitei so fearless in spreading the news? Our indigenous tribal forum leader forum letterhead was stolen or copied, and one of our spokesperson's signature was also copied. And then when David head was brutally chopped off and the head was hung, using our ITLF, Indigenous Tribal Leader Forum letterhead, they circulate a fake news saying that we ITLF have nothing to do with this news, this picture. It is fake. How can they even do up to that level of spreading lies? And they try to believe that the nation or the world will listen to them? How can the Meitei lady say that I have interviewed the victim and one of the victims says that she was not raped? How can this be possible when Meitei and tribal are physically separated? What lies? And Kokomi also issued another statement supporting this wire tweet. There is no cookie zone left in Imphal Valley. Even when the violence happened, 3rd, 4th, everybody was, all the Kuki tribal were chased in the army camp. They were chased in the army camp. They were chased to put together. They don't even have time to pick up extra clothes. And then later on, there was a press release saying that many mandir have been destroyed. By whom? One mandir in Surachandpur, Hare Krishna Mandir, standing strong, nothing is vandalized, nothing. Then they claim to have said that 100 mandirs are destroyed by whom? And mandirs are not in Surachandpur. I don't know where the mandirs are and who destroyed them. In the valley, cookies were in the camp. They were there inside for 4 or 5 days and rescued to different parts of the hill district. Some of them have left for Guwahati, Shillong, wherever they could. Do you think that the people who were gathering in this CRPF camp and Assam Rifle camp and Game Village will go outside in the valley destroying the mandir? Doesn't make sense. Lot of things doesn't make sense. Even this is not the first incident where women are the victim. There are 2 girls. I have the video, you have the video, it's everywhere. They were dragged out, 2 cookie girls were dragged out from their rented house by the Meitei women folks. The video totally clearly shows that they were dragged out and handed over to the Meitei boy to be molested and raped. And all we know now is that 2 bodies are lying in Imphal morgue. Family cannot reach Imphal morgue. The 2 bodies, along with so many, are lying in Imphal hospital morgue. Then we talk about peace. How can peace be even spoke at this juncture where the culprit, the perpetrator, are roaming freely in the streets? How can we talk about work when no house to go back, when no vehicle to travel, when no food to eat, when no clothes to wear? How can they say work or no work? No work means no pay. Our burden, our suffering is not lightened by any inch. It's not only given us more worry to worry, but one after another, we are getting this circulation from the government, destroying us, even the very hope of our existence. I saw somebody saying that the village chief make a statement. The village chief was the father of one of the victims. He was hacked to death. His son was hacked to death. And the older victim of the lady and the younger one are somewhat related because the older is the bhabi, the sister-in-law of the younger one. So imagine this family molested, raped, killed. And now they're saying it is not such as, it happened everywhere around the world. What is big deal? If this is not a big deal, then what is a big deal? This is the violence against all women of our country. This is putting shame to all the women of the world. Even I'm telling you, the Femina Miss India contest was held in Manipur. Where are they now? They claim to be the ambassador of the people who are violated like this, to protect the right of the young people, to protect the innocent life, to bring peace to the world. Where are they today? What about our chief minister? After 77 days also, we still want him to come and solve our problem. If he can solve, don't think it would have been solved by now. If we call something, then we are targeted. But I think this is like 77 days of violent, continued violence. And no justice has been served to any cookie zoo. What about the mentally retarded cookie zoo lady that was murdered? And she was blamed as a suicide bomber? What a wrong narration. What about the boy, the 7-year-old boy who was shot at the head? The mother, while rushing to the hospital, was burned down in the ambulance. Who did that? Why are these people, the culprit, are not caught till now? If this is not incompetency, I don't know what is incompetency. More than 100 bodies, 3,000 and above churches burned down. Thousands of villages are wiped out in some parts of Manipur. Homes, jobs, livelihood all destroyed. And still, We are still hoping that we will live together. It is our dream. What dream are we talking about? How can we sit across the table with our enemy when we know our dead bodies are lying in fire, and talk about peace? When we are physically separated today, the Kukis are in the hills, the Meitei are in the valley. There is separation, total separation, which could have been done long time ago when the incident happened. Now, what is the parliament waiting for? Why can't the parliamentarians say that, hey, we want peace for both the party? Let's separate them. Let them live peacefully. Let the hilly people live in their hills. Let the valley people of the 700 square mile, let them live here. Let them not talk to each other. Separate them. No firing. Why can't the parliamentary raise this issue of total separation? And why every time the Meitei comes on national TV, why are they using like Kuki militant? Have we used the word Meitei militant? Meitei Lipun militant? Arambai Tengol militant? Or Merapaibi militant? Have you heard of us using such words? No. Even half an hour ago on national TV, one of the Meitei leaders said, narco-terrorist, illegal immigrant from Burma, Kuki militant. I mean, every Meitei who come on TV, every Meitei who tweeted, every Meitei who are on social media, use these three terms. Is the 72-year-old grandma Hokkien village that was shot dead in the church, was she a Kuki militant? Was she immigrant from Burma? Was she a narco-terrorist? Was she? No. What about the village guard who went to give khana to his family that was shot dead at the head? Is he a militant? Is he immigrant from Burma? Why can't the nation tell the Meitei not to use such words? I have said earlier, everybody, every adult in Manipur has Aadhaar card. Everybody who works outside Manipur has passport. We have our birth certificate. We have our high school certificate. We grew up there. We are as old as the mountain and the hills. We never lived together in Churachandpur. We are pretty much separated. Kangpokpi pretty much separated. Even the Naga area pretty much separated. Ukhrul pretty much separated. Sukno and a lot of things. Why are they not understanding that this term is hurtful for the Kuki community? Why nobody is condemning till today, calling us Kuki terrorists? Who started this word? Who is the brain behind all this thing? Even the woman, do I look like terrorist? I'm not even an activist. People call me activist. I'm a mother. I'm a small business person who try to feed my family. But when my relative of the Vaiphei community, of the Kukizo community, when I see their pain, I can't stop but say something. But say something. At least I have a voice to say. I may not have any other weapons. Do these two girls deserve to be naked, paraded like that? And one of the boys, hand was all over. We saw that. Rather than blaming the real culprit, why are the government after the people who have circulated the video? Why are we running after the people who circulated the video? Why are not nailing the real problem in our society? We've been asking a fair trial. The Kukizo has been crying out for a fair trial. Manipur High Court is not reachable for us. We ask Guwahati High Court to be functional for us for temporary till things settle out. Do they listen to our cry? No. We ask for precedent rule. Do anybody listen to us? No. We ask our chief minister to be taken out from his seat. Did anybody listen? No. We ask a lot of things, even for medicine, even for food, even for aid. Nobody listened to our cry. And today, just because the Meitei have internet, just because they can write about it, they will tell any lies and every lies. The hate between these two communities are so much that anything and everything in social media between the two is all about hatreds. Now they want us to stay together. If we cannot stay together, let us separate. What is the point when the bone is so much, when the bone is broken so much, when the bone can't be joined again? Why don't our government, the central government, and other people, other thinker, see our cry and separate us? What is so much need to keep us together? I don't understand. They hate us. We can't live without under them. We cannot survive under them. We Imphal is not for us anymore. Chief Minister is not our Chief Minister anymore. He is the Chief Minister of certain section of the Meitei. If all these things are listened right from beginning, if the right step have taken, we wouldn't have faced what we are facing today. Manipur name is so bad right now. The whole world knows about what is happening. And I don't blame them. 77 days is a long time to curtail what happened in Manipur. And today, we are talking about the incident that happened on 3rd May. Shame on us. We are talking about the victim and other things today. Shame on us. If the central government and the state government want to really take a step, it won't take time. We have enough armed forces. And they keep blaming the porous border of Manipur. That means India is not capable of guarding our borders? Do we even check whether they are immigrant or no immigrant, or just because the Meitei people say that it's immigrant? And any fact-finding team has to be a neutral person, which should not be appointed by RCM. It has to be appointed by some neutral person. In fact, I would say the opposition party should also give a fact-finding team. The ruling party can have it, the opposition party can also have it. There should always be two fact-finding teams to write the real story out. The neutral journalists are not allowed to go to affected areas. I have a proof of that. I have a proof that 2 journalists who went from Kerala, they were not allowed to visit some parts of tribal colonies in Imphal. Some of the name of the tribal colonies, I heard the Paiteveng, I saw the board has been changed into Meitei name. If they keep on doing such things and they talk about peace on the surface, how is it going to work out? Am I making sense?
Very much, Glady. I am hearing you. I have always believed to be a good listener and understand the pain of the other person. I can sense the pain. I can see how aggrieved and how angry and how passionately emotional you are about this whole thing. I am very, very sorry. I'm lost for words hearing you, Glady. I am really, genuinely very, very sorry about what's happening. And in fact, I want to show everyone from Manipur. When I say about Manipur, I mean the Kuki tribe and the Meitei community as well. I will, since I'm speaking to a Kuki lady, I'll speak in Kuki. That consider me to be your oo. Oo is, ladies and gentlemen, oo is like a brother, and I am here to listen to my brethren, my friends from Northeast. And you know very well the affinity I have. I have so many Meitei friends who are very good friends, so many Kuki friends as well. And I can well understand your anguish and your pain, Glady. I can well understand. But it is. I know. You find it difficult for peace to come in, but peace. I hope and pray. I'm praying to God Almighty that something happens, that peace does return. That peace. I'll tell you my small experience, Glady. When I was in 2005, when I had come to Manipur as a young captain in 2004, the allegedly Manorama Devi rape case had just taken place in 2004. So the tempers were very high and there were a lot of anti-army, anti-Assam rifle sentiments over there. And I was in a place where the guns were blazing big time. My gun blazed too. I'm not denying that. But instead of firing bullets from a gun, I fired love, peace, compassion, humanity, human touch, and that is how we won a lot of hearts and minds. And I feel peace is the only way forward. And of course, we should have a dialogue. And one more thing I saw that one thing I'm really, really deeply pained about is the very fact. My observation has been when a school bus, women and children were never attacked. I have seen that even by the insurgents. Women and children were not touched upon. The ambulance used to go carrying a patient without a protection party. The women and children, there was no protection party. But last year, I saw an ambush on Colonel Vibram Tripathi, commandant of the Assam Rifles. I mean, he was killed. His wife was killed. He was with his child. I mean, it was very, very sad. And now this, I don't have words. And if will not blame the entire community. There were some miscreants, there were some barbaric people. I mean, I don't know what punishment to give to them. I'm shot for that. I'm lost for that. And I genuinely am hoping from the bottom of my heart. So, Glady, tell me one thing. You have been very voraciously speaking. In fact, I met you on, I've had the honor of being with you on several television panels as well. You raise your voice in a very nice way. But tell me one thing, aren't you kind of concerned for your safety or security, Glady?
I'm not scared, but I am very, very, very concerned about my safety and my family safety. I'm not scared because whatever I have said, I studied, I have the proof. Even the victims in the wire, they tweeted that the victim denied that they were raped. I just spoke to one of their uncle. They said, what a mockery of Twitter, because forget the Meitei, even the Cookie Zone leader are not interviewing them right now because the trauma they have gone through. We want to give them space. We want to give them to breathe again, because even seeing the video, you and I are so disturbed. Think about the victim. How can this lady Meitei journalist say that, oh, we interviewed the wire and, they deny that they are raped? Where do they interview them? Where? Nowhere they are going to go to the tribal area. Nowhere. Where even the neutral party have no access to the victim. Even me, except talking through their Mamaji, I don't think they will even talk to anyone through someone like their Mamaji. So how come this Meitei lady claim bluntly that she has interviewed, and you can check it out, this on Twitter. How can she say like that? Not fearing of anyone. I spoke to ITLF president just a minute before our interview. Do you have any girl called Gracie? He said, no. And he asked me, why do you ask me? Because Kokomi has issued a press statement saying that they have spoken with Gracie, ITLF, with her. They have interviewed the victim. What lies? The ITLF president says there is no Gracie in their team and there is nobody who interviewed the victim. I am here to tell, but who will listen to me? There are so many things falsely accused on social media. You're talking about peace. I will talk about justice. First, let's talk about the dead body. What are they going to do with that? Has post-mortem been done? Has FIR been done? Or will they just throw away the body, say there is no victim over here? The two girls, they were dragged out from home. All the women, Meitei women who are involved in that should be put behind bar. I am also afraid of the Kukizo who are falsely implicated, put behind bar in Imphal. I don't know what halat they must be inside the jail. Because everyone who has Kukizo name or anything to do with that is being attacked, including a liveless 3 trucks of missile gas agency that was burned down. Even a truck is not spared. Forget living being, forget living person like me. Mentally retarded people are not spared. Children are not spared. Young girls are not spared. Even if the bark of a tree has cookie inscribed on that, they'll chop that out. And we talk about peace. Justice has to be done first. Nobody is talking about that. Everybody say, I hope peace will return. I hope people will live together. I hope that harmony will return to Manipur. Did anybody talk about justice for these victims? Justice for the people who burned the villages? Justice for the people who burned the ambulance? What about those incidents? Let's talk about the real issue first. Then forming a committee, talking about peace, desiring peace. Think about the family whose relative bodies are lying there. Think about it. I can't stop telling about this. 77 days. One boy, a 23-year-old boy, wrote something in his personal Facebook page. He was picked up from his home by the police. They say, we'll just interrogate him. Sure enough, they brought him to Imphal, put before the magistrate, formality granted bail, but he was taken from there. 2 days later, his body is found in the morgue of the hospital just because he wrote something on Facebook. Who's going to deliver justice for this boy? It's painful to talk, but it's more painful for the family to hear this story, believing that at least the body should be buried. What about those empty coffins that they did a march with those coffins? The coffin is not built for what? To bury near and loved one. The coffins are still empty, hoping that someday at least they will have a burial for their loved one and pray upon it, hoping that they will see one day, at least in heaven. Justice. Did anybody talk about it? We can form committee after committee after committee. But is that peace committee is what the tribal wants? The peace that we talk about, is that what the peace the tribal understood? They are the landowner. The mountains and the hills belongs to them. The village chief has the paper right from British time. A freedom fighter. 70% and above. They're cookie zone. Why can't somebody put a stop to this wrong narration calling us illegal immigrant from Burma? Don't they have any other things to talk about? Cross border. Who guarded the border? So it's a mockery to our home ministry. Who gave us Aadhaar card? Who gave us our birth certificate? It's a mockery to our country. Who issued us a passport? Is it a mockery to our MEA? What about the birth certificate? What about the mother who delivered all her babies and labeled as illegal immigrant? And it is so shameful that they even name one profession, one teacher in the college. They even name out the name of the cookies or guy and say, he immigrated from Burma. And nobody has the guts to say that this is a wrong narration. Who will attack them? We are minority. We're not majority. We don't have internet. We don't have anything to prove whatever has been circulated in the news. We don't have any proof. 2 months and above, no internet. That means mouth shut. They can't even send us their signature, electronic signature. They can't even send out that. And today, in Delhi, if we want to file FIR, it has to be approved by Home Ministry. Where are the rights in our democratic countries? If we want to protest in Jantar Mantar, permits are not given. On 24th, we protest. But our buses are stopped from Munirka and Kishangarh. Kishangarh, the buses were taken to the police Thana. They threatened. I don't know who sent this police to stop our bus saying there's no protest. How can they stop them from leaving their house? If there is no protest, they can stop them entering Jantar Mantar. But how can they stop at the starting point? We have the video of that police stopping. Who sent this police? I sent them the copy of the permit that we got. And the police say, ye to application hai, ye permit thori na hai. Then I click the picture of the stage set up at Jantar Mantar. Right now, we are waiting for our people. They said, we don't know when this picture was clicked. It could have been edited. So, all these are done against us at every level. Truly, I believe now that almost everyone of this perpetrator and the team and their jati, the dominant community, want to wipe out Kuki-Zo, ethnic cleansing is really clear now. They want to claim a tribal SD quarter. They want to become landowner. They want to call us illegal immigrant. They call us narco-terrorists. They call us what all? And nobody dare say these are wrong. They are a citizen of our country. They are there as long as we are here. Did anybody speak up? If I am fuming, they say, she's mad. But did anybody hear my point? My great-great-grandfather was in the British Army. We have never lived in Imphal Valley, my family. We are always in the hills of southern Manipur. So, I pray that at least some sensible people, the people in authority, will come up and say, if they are able to win their battle in Manipur against Kuki-Zo tribal, some sensible people should say that this can happen in any tribal area around our country. We are not the only minority. We are not the only tribal ethnicity. There are many around our country. I pray that they will not win in Manipur. If they do, there's no right left for minority and for the tribal.
I don't know. I am so lost for words, Glady. After hearing you, I am like, that's why I didn't interrupt, and I didn't want to break your emotion. I mean, I know I have always believed in giving a comforting shoulder and a ear to listen to, and you spoke about the 7-year-old boy Tonsing Hansing. I spoke to his father, Joshua Hansing, and I conveyed my condolence as well. And I spoke to a lot of Maite people over there as well. It's very, very shocking, actually. This Tonsing Hansing, his father was a cookie, mother was a Maite Christian, aunt was a Maite Christian again, Lydia. And when they were in the ambulance, they were attacked. They were stopped. They were torched by Mira Pai by Vaipai bees. And I'll tell you my personal experience, Glady, with Myra puppies. They were very, very sweet to me and very, very cooperative. They didn't. They were. I admit the fact when there used to be an army operation launched, that time they would surround the army and would not let the army go towards the underground, like which happened recently, or the 12 KYKL chaps which were released, which were let go on a humanitarian ground, which the army had given a tweet later on. The very fact is, my heart genuinely, I'm telling you it. I feel for people from the northeast, be it the Garo Khasis from Shillong, be it the Apatami tribe from the Arunachal, be it the Chakmas from the Mizoram, be it the Awangami, Chang, Chagan, Semalo, Thakonyak from the Nagaland, be it the tribe from the other community from Manipur, be it anywhere. Be it the Burmans from the Tripura. I have my best friend from Northeast, and I was with the Assam Rifles. With the Assam Rifles, we did not see whether a person was Kuki or Maite or Naga or Tangkul. We were together. We all fought shoulder to shoulder. We trained shoulder to shoulder. We ran together shoulder to shoulder. We exercised shoulder to shoulder. We did everything together. We all coexisted so well. And I'm deeply pained. Trust me, it's hit me over here, Glady, hearing you after hearing your passionate talk. And trust me, I mean, my body's trembling, actually. You began the talk by saying your body's shaking. I am shaking. My legs are actually shaking, Glady. I understand that you have not been well. You've been on liquid diet the whole day, and your husband is a very, very dear. He's a very good person. My regards to him, and of course to I hope you and your family. I'll be praying for everyone. Be it the Maites, be it the cookies. I will be praying for everyone. I genuinely want peace return, because I believe I feel, yes, I understand the pain from both the end. I mean, a person who would have, a Maite family would have lost a person, they also would have been aggrieved. A Cookie family would have lost a person, they would have been aggrieved. So I have, I have seen enough bloodshed in the army. I was at the border, Glady. I was at the border, and I was 30 meters away from the Pakistani post. I have seen my brothers dying in my arms. How painful was it for me when I would call up somebody and inform that your loved one, your father, your brother, your uncle is no more in the world. I have seen that was the most difficult job that I had done actually. So that is the reason I really want peace to return. For heaven's sake, and I know. I mean, right now you are angry right now, and you are a child of emotion, and anyone would be, rightly so. The wounds are so deep, the cut is so deep. You're pained very, very badly, and Gladdy, I hope and pray to God and Lord Almighty that you and your family remain safe. Everyone remains safe. And before we part ways, I know you are busy. Any last message you would like to throw to the universe on peace, Gladdy?
Yes, to my women fellow around the world. Our body is not a commodity. We try to hide all the shame, even the monthly challenges that we have, we try to hide it. The struggle that we have daily as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a housemaker, as a bread earner, wherever we are, we try to show the world the best. But with this incident in Manipur, the opposite sex, the goon, the Meitei men and boys, have violated every part of us. They have attacked our dignity. They have shown the world how brutal this nonsense mob can be. They have shown the world that they don't care. What they did is right. Taking off clothes is not enough for them. Chasing them in front of the mob is not enough for them. They continue abusing their bodies. The body that was sacred to us, the parts that we never wanted to expose even after we die, was shown the most shameful way to the public, to the world. The damage that has done to these victims. It would have been better had they died that day. So my appeal to everyone is please raise voice for these victims. Please fight for their justice. Wherever you are, help us to get justice for them. To all the victims of the cookies, of the minority, the hill people, the simple and innocent tribes in Manipur, eastern parts of India, a small mountain community of the tribals. Please save our land and our life. Thank you.
Gary, thank you very much for your time and for just voicing out your concerns. I really am praying once more. Take care. My regards to everyone at home and to all your friends. Stay safe. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Jane.